Live from the 12th Man Evening News. I'm Michelle Huang.
And I'm Tiffany Stevens.
Recently, we learned that Texas University has had an outbreak of herpes across the entire campus. Every single student has been affected.
Justin.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. It has just been revealed that there is now a 28th country participating in female genital mutilation. Countries participating are located in the eastern, northeastern, and western regions of Africa, including Nigeria, and in some countries in Asia and in the Middle East. More information when we come back. And we are now back with Olivia and our guests, Samantha and Rachel.
Hi, I'm excited to have you guys on the show. I just have a few questions about female genital mutilation. So, what exactly is it?
Well, female genital mutilation is any form of female circumcision. The cutting, removing, piercing, sewing, or any other type of mutilation to the external genitals.
How is it done?
The mutilation of female genitals can be done in multiple ways. Sclerodectomy, excision, infibulation, and other harmful measures are the four leading female genital mutilation procedures.
What exactly are these procedures?
Well, a clitorectomy is a surgical procedure that removes the entire or partial clitoris, which is an external sex organ used primarily for pleasure. An excision is also a surgical procedure that removes the entire or partial clitoris, in addition to the removal of the labia minora and or the labia majora. The labia minora surrounds the clitoris and becomes very delicate when aroused. Infibulation is an operation in which they reduce the size of the vaginal opening by implanting an artificial seal. Infibulation can be visualized as stitching the labia minora or labia majora together in order to make the vaginal opening smaller. The fourth common procedure for female genital mutilation encompasses extreme measures that intentionally damage the female genital organs.
Why is female genital cutting performed?
Well, there are psychosexual, sociological, cultural, aesthetic, religious, and socio-ecological reasons for performing female genital mutilation. Sociological reasons are thought to be a form of control of the sexual desire on the woman. This reason is thought to ensure virginity until marriage, fidelity after marriage, and enhance male sexual pleasure. Cultural reasons include the belief that it can enhance fertility. It is a girl's coming of age and duty that an unmutilated clitoris will grow into a penis. In some cultures, it is also believed that a clitoris is more aesthetically appealing. Female genital mutilation is also considered to be essential in finding a husband. In many places across the globe, women are very dependent on men economically, increasing the pleasure to undergo the procedure for social acceptance and economic stability.
It is also important to note that these procedures are explicitly for female genital mutilation and not for medical purposes. Nor do they result in any health benefits.
Some of the physical effects include chronic pain, infection, infertility, and even death, and the emotional effects of this act on women are immeasurable. There is evidence of increased likelihood of depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety, and in some cases, personality disorders. For many women who undergo female genital mutilation, sexual intercourse will always be painful. This causes lower self-esteem, emotional distress, and detrimental psychological effects on women who are subject to this crime.
So, has there been any research on female genital mutilation? Or have any measures been taken to put an end to this practice globally? One thing I do know is that it's not legal here in the United States. Thank goodness.
According to E.L. Anna No-Nu and O. Victor, there was recently a study that was conducted on the perceptions of female genital mutilation among mothers at the primary health care center in Lagos, Nigeria. Findings found that over half of the respondents, which was 56.8%, perceived the practice of female genital mutilation as not being beneficial. 44.2% thought that uncircumcised girls will become promiscuous, and nearly a third believed that female genital mutilation promotes a woman's faithfulness to her husband. About a quarter reported that women who have undergone female genital mutilation are not at any risk of gynecological complications.
I did research on another study that showed that women with FGM are more likely to have pregnancy-related complications. According to Claudine Gale and Janice Reimer's research article on associated risk, these complications may include recurrent UTIs, obstructed labor, perineal tears, C-section, and postpartum hemorrhage. Women must undergo de-infibulation if they receive type 3 genital mutilation. De-infibulation is a surgical procedure that divides the infibulation scar so that they can give birth. Women with type 3 FGM are more likely to experience miscarriage and need additional care. women with a small vaginal opening caused by FGM have been found to have an increased incidence of retained products of conception, pelvic infections, and vaginal infections. There's also a significant increase in fetal morbidity and risk of stillbirth linked to FGM.
To further understand our topic, we created a set of questions and asked a relatively random group of people. We created a poll and posted it on social media, and people then took the survey. We surveyed their gender, whether or not they have heard of FGM before, and if so, how well informed they are about it. We gave an unbiased explanation on what female genital mutilation is, and then asked why they believed FGM was performed and if they believed that FGM had a negative or positive impact on the female. We then asked whether or not they support the act itself or whether they believe it should be legal or illegal. Now, Michelle, if you would like to share with us the results of our survey.
From the pool of men and women that we surveyed, 70% stated that they had heard of female genital mutilation. And of those who said that they had heard of it, only 12.5% said that they were sufficiently informed. After being informed of the basics, most believe that the practice is done because of religious or cultural traditions. All surveyed said that they believe that the act is to be negative, confirmed with a 9% of the surveyed that said that they do not support it. 85% reported said that this act should be illegal.
Do organizations have the right to try to put a stop to this cultural custom that so many people practice?
In my opinion, yes. Culture and tradition should provide a framework for human well-being, not infringe on a woman's human rights, or condone violence against anyone, male or female. Nevertheless, activities for the elimination of FGM should be developed and implemented in a way that is sensitive to the cultural and social background of the communities that practice it. Behavior can change when people understand the hazards of certain practices, when they realize that it is possible to give up the harmful practices without giving up any meaningful aspects of their culture.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We will see y'all tomorrow evening.
And as for the Longhorns,
Everything is not. All right, all right, all right.